Hey everyone. So there's been a scam going around the real estate industry here in Central Oregon lately that I want to touch upon, and that has to do with land selling. Basically, fake sellers trying to sell land. So basically, what it comes down to is they create a fake listing made using info from an old listing, and then they repost it to the sites. The fake seller uses that fake listing to attract actual interested buyers. And then the simplest way they do this, they require those buyers or those interested buyers to then deposit some sort of put it down deposit fee to view the property, and then rinse repeat. They basically do that to a bunch of people over and over again, and then disappear in the wind, and they got their money. So that's the simplest, the most often way that's been, the way they are going to make money off of this. So basically, what they're doing is the scammers targeting land listings with out-of-state owners. The reason they do that is, if it's a house, that's a lot easier to prove who owns it. There's neighbors; they could tell you, hey, you can't go in there, all that kind of stuff. And then for land, it's not a lot of people around. There's a lot of people that own land, and they're nowhere in the area. So by targeting the land with out-of-state owners, it makes it a lot harder to verify who actually owns it. So some warning signs you should be on guard for. Basically, the seller won't provide detail. The seller should know things. If they're being very vague about everything, that's a big warning sign. If you find multiple listings with different seller names, that's a big, you're going to see different listings on different websites, but if it's a different seller listed, that's probably a land selling scam. If the situation is too good to be true, if the property is listed for way less than other similar properties nearby, again, like most things in life, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. The seller's in a rush. If the seller's trying to rush you through the situation, if they got some crazy weird story to tell you about why it has to happen fast and all that kind of thing, and they're pressuring you to sign, pressuring you to give them money, that's a big warning sign. And then just finally, if the seller just seems off, trust your gut instinct. If they don't know anything about the area, if they, if there's details about them that make you think they have no connection to this area, they don't know anything about it, that would be something, to put yourself on guard. And then some tips to avoid the scam, to make sure you don't fall for this. Basically, view the property in person. This is important always, but view the property in person. If you happen to be out of state, send a proxy, send someone you trust to take a look at the property. That way you could find out, it's being, if there's any issues with the property itself, but also find out maybe, you could talk to the neighbors, find out, if they know what's going on, that kind of thing. Work with a title company to verify ownership. So this is important. Title will be able to research this. It's not that these sellers can't get a little tricky and use fake IDs and all stuff like that, but a title person is going to be an expert in this field. They're going to be looking at the preliminary title report. So they'll be able to help you kind of research this person and make sure all is on the up and up. Consult with a realtor or, even a real estate attorney if you're not going to use a realtor. But basically, not only will the realtor help you look at a contract if they try to get you to sign something, but also they're going to be, a lot of realtors are very knowledgeable, in the local area. So they're going to know maybe who owns that. They know the neighbors who own that land. They're going to be a really good resource to go to, especially if they know the local area, to tell you, hey, this is bogus. And then, a big one is just avoid any upfront payments without verification. Again, that's something they're going to do. They're going to push for payment, push for a deposit. Don't give anybody any money until you know for sure it's legit. If that person is, I can't wait for you to do your due diligence, tell them to go kick rocks. If an actual seller is trying to pressure you and not allowing you to look at things closer, then even if they're legitimate, you don't want to work with them anyways. So, like I said, I thought that was, it's been interesting. I've heard a couple different scenarios where this has happened, where people have reached out and try to basically sell land that doesn't belong to them. So just be on guard. Like I said, talk to title, talk to a realtor, take everything with a grain of salt. If anything sounds too vague, if your gut is off with it, back away. If anybody needs anything at all, please don't hesitate to reach out. Have a great day, everybody.